Hello and welcome to a quick look at my 1980 Montesa Cota 349, one of the last ones they did before they got bought out by Honda. And this is a proper sort of raw trials machine from the 80s. Allegedly the exact spec that they won the championship on. They were meant to have some kind of magnesium forged barrel or something like that, and actually went back to the stock for the trials and then they won it. So that's pretty cool. This is in really nice nick. It's a little bit dusty and whatnot, we'll get all cleaned up, but this was restored by some old boys in Spain at some point, not that long ago, brought over to the UK, bought by a friend who then sold it to me. I've since then not done an awful lot with it. I've registered it, and I've, alongside the pretty plastic tank that's got the little gauge on the side, which obviously isn't this one, I picked up this tank, which is aluminium. So you can put any old fuel you like in it, and it's not going to dissolve it or melt it or do anything horrible. And the other tank is nice for sort of for show or something like that. This is more the ride it around tank. It's a bit more scruffy, but it doesn't matter then if you go and scratch it or something else. So it's like a usable tank and a pretty tank. Right, let's see if it'll start and take it for a spin. I will warn you though, it's a death trap on the road because the geometry is so short, it's clearly not meant for road riding, but we'll take it for a quick spin around the nice lanes and see how we go. Right, so the petrol's on. Get a bit of choke. The exhaust here is, you can't hear my hand sizzling because the exhaust is nice and cold. Let's see if it'll go. Get a fuel on the carbs and then, oh, come on. There we go. I can't kick it over. The compression's so strong that I just couldn't get a full kick.
Doctor, are you sure it's on? I can't hear a thing.
It's whisper quiet!
Knock the choke off now, and then take it for a spin. I'll just get my my tarmac sliding trousers on, and we'll give it a go. All right, hello. So I'm on this incredibly loud trials bike. You can tell it's a trials bike because I'm doing about 15 miles an hour. I'm already in fourth. Tell you what, it's got some pep though. Ready to go. Hey, see what it goes. I'm not shifting up my toe because it hurts. Miles away from the foot peg, because the idea with trials, of course, you choose the gear and you go. So yeah, this is alright. This sort of speed, it's alright, but a lot faster. And I took it on a 50 road a little while ago, and it's at 50. Oh god, it's a bit of a handful. Yeah, it's unlike my old Voltaco Alpina, which is geared a bit more evenly for like milling about in a forest kind of thing. This is definitely set up for trials specifically, you know. So yeah, it's good fun. Everything runs lovely. Starts first kick every single time, pretty well, you know, and it's great, really nice. It's got anal carb with the choke, rather than the old Voltacos that used to have no choke. And yeah, it runs really nicely. It makes a racket. It's a competition bike. It's not a cruising around bike, you know. It's very specialised, let's put it that way. I'm very good at what it does, just what it does isn't my normal kind of riding. So that's kind of this is why I'm looking to sell it, just because it just isn't my kind of riding. To take a bike somewhere, ride it off-road, take it home. I like the idea. When I bought it, that was kind of the plan. It sounded all romantic, but actually just for me, for my circumstances, where I live and so on, it's just not ideal. So yeah, it's a lovely bike, 349cc. I think it's the only Montesa where the number actually corresponded to the cc's properly. They didn't always do that. And the 348 was actually like 330 something. Yeah, I mean, like I say, it's been restored by some old boys in Spain to a very nice standard. I'm just going to pull it in here. And yeah, it's in lovely nick. The other tank I've got, you'll see on the photos, is much nicer than this one. This is set up entirely for, well, it's aluminium underneath with a fiberglass cover, so any old fuel you want, ethanol, no problem, other than the carb of course, but you know, it's not going to melt it like a fiberglass tank, and it's not going to seep through and ruin the stickers like a plastic tank. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, as you can see, it's all runs absolutely lovely. Oh, the straps come off, never mind, attach that. Yeah, filling the atmosphere with a nice bit of pollution. And yeah, it's great. It's a lovely, lovely bike. I mean, it's such a pretty bike as well, you know, everything works lovely. It's a shame to see it go, even the lights work, so a good old 6-volt AC. But yeah, I'll be sad to see it go, but I think it's got to go. I'm running out of space in the garage, and it's not the bike for me, I'm afraid. So somebody's going to have a great bike here, and I hope they do use it for some good purposes. So let's start off in second, I think, because it's such a low gear bike anyway.